So we're here at Dublin High. This is going to be Dublin High School against Livermore. So Dublin High School Gales versus the Livermore Cowboys. This is going to be a rematch game, the first game at Livermore. There's the kickoff. First game going 2-0 for Livermore. And you see Dublin's had a much better second half of the season. I'm going to see if Dublin can have a better result for the second time against them. Playing here at home. And that's Livermore trying to send it out of the back right now. There's a long ball over the top. Oh, that's a good trap and turn right there over the top. Oh, nicely headed out by Dublin. Here comes Dublin again through the middle, sending it outside. Taken away by Livermore. Livermore into the middle, straight to Dublin. Oh, and then Dublin just gives it up. And Livermore sending it back. Livermore all the way back to the center D. Sending it up in the middle. And there's Dublin taking it away. It drops nicely for Dublin. Dublin in through the middle. Dublin back to the outside. Dublin cutting through the middle. Nobody to go to. Going outside. Back up. Dublin still with it, sending it far side. Straight to Livermore. Livermore up in the air. It takes a bounce. Livermore defense clearing it. Throw in for Dublin. Dublin still to get a win in the e-ball season. Beginning of the season, out of league, conference league. Looked really good, but the competition in league has been very stiff. Dublin's made some adjustments here, and we'll see if they're a little bit more competitive against a strong Division II Livermore team.
It's gonna get cold.
There's a throw in for Livermore. That goes up the line. Livermore setting it. Now back in the middle. There's a ball into the center, cleared out by the Dublin defense. Livermore in the middle. That looked like a shot. That would have been a 40-yard shot. It was low. Ended up on Dublin's foot. And here comes Livermore again on the far side. Sent in. And that wasn't put on frame, so it goes out for a goal kick. And this will be Dublin's first goal kick. That's sent long to the far side. Dublin flicking it in the middle, headed to the outside, headed on again up the line. And Livermore tries to keep that in, knocks it out all the way back. It's going to be a throw in for Dublin. And throwing up the line. Dublin on the end of it. Dublin sending it into the middle. And that drops for the goalkeeper before Dublin can get there. Looks like it's going to be punted out. Looks like it's to the far side. Drops for Livermore. Livermore sending it up the line straight to Dublin. It's Dublin in the middle, trying to send it back out. Livermore blocking it. And now Dublin taking it back. Dublin in the midfield. And there's Dublin with a through ball. Nobody chasing on to this. And it's going to roll all the way through to the Livermore goalkeeper. Livermore goalkeeper not even picking it up, sending it midfield. Dublin on the end of it, dropping it down. Nice little combination going here for Dublin. Back into the middle again. Another nice first timer. Drops nicely for Dublin. Dublin attacking the far side. It's a wonderful combination with the through ball on the far side going a little long, out for a Livermore throw-in. That gets thrown up the line, now back, and sent over the top. Up and out, this is going to be a double and throw in. That comes in the middle. There's a through ball for Livermore. Livermore able to chase it down, track it down. Comes to the near side. Dublin takes it away, cuts it back up the line. Dublin in the middle now. Dublin right across the center, and this is a through ball up the middle, and nobody's there to chase that down. It's going to be a punted ball. It's short, just short of midfield. It looks like it dropped off of Dublin. Goes all the way back now. Sent up the line. And here comes Dublin up the line again. That gets knocked out. Throw in for Livermore. Ball getting chased down. Ball wandering down the track a bit. There's no scoreboard. Scoreboard still isn't fixed. Referee keeping the time. That goes up the line. Out. Another throw in. Where's this a free kick? I think it's a free kick. Yeah, it's in the back. Game starting a little bit early. And there it goes. Oh, that gets all the way through. And here's Livermore trying to tag it. Livermore going down to the ground. Nothing called, and that's a shot on goal, and that goes wide. Goal kick for Dublin. That's sent long. Up the near sideline. Drops nicely for Dublin. Dublin controlling, turning in the middle. Dublin going to the far side. Now sent back in. Oh, nice combination for Dublin through this near side, and that's cut off. Dublin defense sending that back up. Livermore heading it back. Dublin defense again. Livermore trying to control. Dublin getting a foot in. And here goes Dublin stealing that ball away. And nice combination on the near side here for Dublin to control. Now Dublin to attack. Dublin can't find anybody, just cruising through the midfield. That goes to the far side. Now at the far sideline. And then back into the defense again. Dublin turning, coming back up the field, trying to keep that in. It's knocked all the way up the line. And Livermore knocks that out. Dublin throw in. It's a short throw. Dublin able to control it, send it back, taken away by Livermore. Livermore sends that up the line, straight to Dublin. Dublin sends it back to their defense, all the way back to the center D. Dublin into the midfield, and then all the way back again. Dublin has a nicely spread field, can't find anybody. Here we go. Near side. That pass was peppered in there, very hard to control. Here comes Livermore attacking the far side. Dublin over there trying to defend this. It gets sent back. It's a negative ball. And it gets headed up and over the top. Here comes Dublin on the near side, clearing it out. Nice combination for Dublin right there. Dublin trying to go up the line, blocked. Dublin up again, straight to Livermore. Livermore going into the middle. Dublin's there. Oh, it drops nicely for Livermore. Livermore turning it back, sending it to the far side. Livermore attacking, sending it back. This is a shot. Oh, and that's just wide of the goal. And that's a good effort for Livermore. Livermore able to open up the defense for Dublin and send back a nice negative ball for a good shot opportunity. This is going to be a goal kick for Dublin. Ball sent to the near side, up high. Livermore gets a foot on it. Just dropped in there. 3 Livermore players in the area. Only 1 Dublin. There's a nice centering ball. Drops into the center. Sent straight to the Dublin goalkeeper. Now we got some steady pressure coming from Livermore. Livermore putting together some good attacks. And that ball sent into the center. And Dublin's able to take this one away. They get sent up the near sideline. Across to the far side, cleared out by Livermore. Sent into the middle. Now to the near side. And that's just going to roll through. It's going to be a throw-in for Livermore. That goes up the line. Livermore able to drop that. Send it in the middle now, up the line again. Finally, Dublin gets a foot on it. Dublin battling for it. Dublin comes out with it, sends it back, trying to control. Up the line, under pressure. Another one over the top. Headed by Livermore. Dublin fighting for it. Livermore coming out with it. It's called a foul. It's going to be a Dublin free kick. Dublin with 2 lines, not a single line of players up in the box. It gets sent long and up into the box. Livermore with the head on it, sending it straight up. Livermore cleared again. Dublin gets a foot on it. It's partially blocked, but it's called a Dublin ball. Substitution for Dublin. It's a long throw in the middle, headed up the line. That's out. Livermore throw. Livermore sends that up and out. It's going to be a Dublin throw on the near side. Up the line again. Livermore gets to that. It stays in. Livermore in the middle. Dublin controlling, sending it back. Across the middle. And that's Dublin able to get that. All the far side cleared by Livermore all the way up. Dublin gets a foot on it, sends it up. Oh, there's a collision. Livermore comes out with that. There's a nice through ball. Oh, and that's the goalkeeper able to get to that. That was a good through ball. And here comes Dublin up the near side. There's a nice ball. Oh, it doesn't get through. And here comes Livermore. Livermore to the near side. Now through the middle, up on top, sent back to the midfield. Now to the near side. Taken away by Dublin. Right back to Livermore. Livermore, nice combination, sending it back into the midfield, now attacking. That's sent to the near side. Nice control for Livermore. Here comes Livermore, sending it back negative all the way across the goal. Very dangerous. That goes up and out. Livermore taking control of this game right now. That's up the line. Headed on by Dublin, straight to Livermore. Dublin lets that go, goes to the goalkeeper. That's straight into the midfield. Livermore going down, sliding on the turf. Dublin to the near side. Dublin across into the middle. There goes one up the line, or up in the middle. Coming to the line, there's a long shot. That's up and wide. Goal kick goes to the far side. Livermore there, getting ahead on it, flicking it over the top, up and out. Dublin throw in. Dublin up the line, getting a foot on it, dropping it down, but it goes straight to Livermore. Looks like that was called out. Another Dublin throw in. Headed by Livermore. Livermore trying to control. Livermore sends that up right to the defense of Dublin. Dublin's going to go all the way back to the goalkeeper. Now to the near side. In the middle. To the far side. Oh, and that just gets away from Dublin. And it'll be a throw in. Livermore. Dublin just seems to have lost all its energy right now. And there's Livermore sending it in the center. It's blocked and it bounces back, and now here's Livermore. All the way back to their goalkeeper. Really stretching the game out here, going back to the keepers. Now sent long again. Dublin gets ahead on it, but it drops straight to Livermore. Livermore through ball right to Dublin. Dublin with nice control in the back, sending it up the middle. Dublin all the way back. And now controlling through the center again. There's a long ball up the far side. That's going to go up and out. Livermore throw in. That throw in going towards the center. Back to the thrower. Up the line. Livermore checking back. Really nice. It bounces off the leg. And here comes Livermore trying to turn in the midfield, just sending it all the way back. That just gets sent up into the air. Dublin gets ahead on it. It flicks back. But Dublin able to chase onto that. Here comes Dublin up the far side. Livermore there, knocking it up into the middle. And here comes Livermore through the middle. Dublin with plenty of players back. There's the through ball. Covered well by the defense. Just sent right back into the midfield. There's a long shot. That's covered by the goalkeeper. That's a 40-yard shot. And there's a punt. That drops to the midfield. Livermore getting it, sending it over the far side, sent back into the middle. Goalkeeper picking that up easily. Dublin waiting for the team to move up. Drops straight to Dublin. Dublin going to the far sideline. It's a nice ball. Can't keep it in though. And that's going to be a Livermore throw in. It's an interesting game so far, but Livermore seems to have the upper hand right now, applying pressure on Dublin. That's up the line. That works its way all the way through. Dublin finally clearing it, knocking it out. Another Livermore throw in on the far sideline. It's clear, but it's been very, very cold. Got some snow up in the mountains, the local mountains here. Oh, there's a turn for Dublin. Dublin setting in this, or I mean for Livermore. Livermore setting in the center and not cleared out by Dublin. Livermore gets a head on it, heading it up. Another head for Dublin this time, and Livermore gets to it, sends it up. And here comes Livermore through the center. Dublin gets back, blocks it. Oh, it takes a nice bounce straight to Livermore, but Livermore can't take advantage of it. That's a short punt, takes a bounce. Livermore gets there first, heads it right back. There's another through ball. Dublin right there to defend it. And here comes Livermore through the midfield. Goes right to Dublin's defense. Dublin now setting this to the near side. Nobody here, just going to roll up and out. Throw in for Livermore. Near sideline. Over the top, Livermore gets a foot, or Dublin gets a foot on it. Then it drops into the center. Dublin again. Dublin in the midfield. Dublin cutting through. Dublin up the far sideline. Here comes Dublin. And that's just a safe clear. Short throw right back to the thrower. Sent in the middle, headed on by Dublin, but just going to go over the end line. Goal kick. Nice little combination worked off the throw in. Livermore lining up for the short goal kick. Livermore's a substitution now. It's going to be punted out. Short kick waved off, and now it's sent to the far side. Dublin gets on the end of that, sends it up. Livermore takes it away. Here comes Livermore up the far side. It's a nice steal for Dublin. Dublin setting it up the far sideline. It's a little long. Throw in for Livermore. Livermore up and towards the center, now up towards the line. Dublin gets to it, clears it in the middle. Dublin, nice combination there. Now sending it in the middle, but there's nobody there except for Livermore, and Livermore's going to take it, send it in the midfield. Livermore now up to the front line, trying to turn it around. Dublin comes all the way back, takes it away, now sends it up the near side line, going in towards the midfield now. Sending it across. Dublin still with it. Dublin sending it all the way back to the defense, all the way back to the keeper. Dublin having trouble working it through the midfield. Dublin to the far side in the defense, but now into the middle. To the near side. Dublin up the line. Dublin cutting into the middle, sending it up. And there's a ball through the middle. Oh, and that rolls all the way through. Nobody able to chase onto it. Nobody to get a foot on it. And it goes right through the goalkeeper. Two Dublin players right there, right in between them. And there's a bouncer. Dublin getting a foot on it, knocking it away, then retreating. Livermore sending it up the far sideline, up and out. Dublin throwing. the line. Dublin able to bring it down. Trying to turn it, sending it back. Livermore takes it, sends it up. Nobody there but Dublin. Dublin now clears it. Dublin sends it back in towards the midfield. Dublin still controlling. Dublin dribbling. Dublin coming out with that dribble. Another Livermore player comes in, but it's called a foul. Free kick sent up right in the middle. Oh, it drops nicely for Livermore. Oh, and there's a nice block for Dublin. Still getting blocked, still bouncing around. Oh, and that's, oh my gosh. It drops for Livermore again. And that's shot right into the keeper. My goodness, that ball dropped around in the middle of the goalie box area at least 3 times. And Livermore not able to put it in the back of the net. Dublin still able to hold the clean sheet. There's the long ball. That goes in. That one just went in. That caught the keeper off guard. Sent in over the top. Scores 1-0 for Livermore. Dublin not able to keep the pressure off. This is about 27 minutes in. Dublin giving up the first goal on a long ball over the top, catching the keeper out. 27 minutes into the half. Applying just a lot of pressure. Dublin going to need to attack now. With it, opening themselves up. This ball comes way wide. And it'll be a throw-in for Livermore. That goes up the line. And it's going to be a Livermore throw off of Dublin. That goes up the line. Nobody marked up for Livermore. Here comes Livermore flicking it up. Dublin finally getting to it, but it's called foul. It's going to be a Livermore free kick. It's sent right in the middle, and that drops right for the goalkeeper. Once again, the Dublin defense not able to get up and head that. It just dropped right in the box. And that's straight up into the air. Takes a bounce. Livermore able to take it, control it, send it to the far side. Now up the line. And Dublin stepping up, knocking it out. Livermore throw in. It's going to be a 3-player substitution for Livermore. One-player substitution for Dublin. That ball is thrown in, up the line. Dublin takes that away. Dublin just stepping up and taking it like it was theirs. Sending it up the far sideline. Chasing it down. Livermore getting there first, sending it back to the keeper. It's a short kick. Livermore sending it over the top, up the line. It's a nice ball right there. Dublin getting to it first, sending it right back. Livermore with nice pressure, able to take it, but gives it away right to Dublin. Here comes Dublin again. Dublin able to get it through. Livermore chases back, takes the ball away. Sends it far side. That goes up the line. Takes a ricochet inside. Livermore trying to pass it. Stolen by Dublin. Here comes Dublin. In towards the middle. Dublin up the far sideline now. Dublin cutting into the middle, sending it into the center. Oh, it drops for Dublin again. Here's Dublin going to try to take a shot, and that didn't set up well enough. The shot was taken quickly and just goes over the end line out wide. sent right up into the middle. That drops for Dublin. Dublin to this near side. Gets knocked out. Be a Livermore throw in. That goes up the line. And it's Dublin picking that up. Dublin back. Dublin over the near side. Oh, and that trap drops nicely for Livermore. And now Livermore across to the far side. That rolls long. It's Dublin chasing onto it, knocking it out. Throw in Livermore. Livermore into the box. It's right at the corner of the box. Dublin gets a foot on it, knocks it away. Now big clear up the far sideline. Going to be Livermore throw in. Temperature's dropping. It's getting rather cold out here. And that goes way up. That's a long throw up the line, up to the attacking line of Livermore. Livermore through. Livermore cutting across the center. Dublin, plenty of defenders there. Dublin taking it away, sending it up the middle. Livermore giving it right back to Dublin. Dublin just sends that up and out. Nobody there, and this is going to be another throw-in for Livermore. These are 40-minute halves. We're approaching the 35-minute mark. Another substitution for Livermore. Livermore keeping the players fresh. That goes up the line. Livermore there to control it and turn it. No pressure from Dublin. That goes out, and that'll be a Dublin throw in. Dublin finally reaching a foot in there. But the initial throw in, Livermore didn't have any pressure. Now there goes Dublin throwing it in, flicking it over the top, getting it back, sending it up the line. Right to the Livermore defense. Livermore trying to go over the top. Nobody there except Dublin. Dublin, nice job of controlling, sending it out wide. Here comes Dublin, across the middle. Dublin right down the middle. Dublin to the far sideline. Here comes Dublin with a good attack. Dublin in the middle, cleared by Livermore. Dublin on the end of the clearance. Dublin trying to work it back up. It goes outside. Dublin setting that back, now into the middle. Cleared by Livermore, straight to Dublin. Dublin sends it right back up. Livermore gets there first. Livermore sends it up, it goes off of Dublin. This will be a Livermore throw in. That goes up the line, into the center. Now right in the center circle, Dublin gets a foot on it. Dublin chasing that down. Dublin able to pick it up, send it up the near sideline. Here's Dublin on the near sideline. That's cut back. Now giving away straight to Livermore. Livermore trying to go through, gets a deflection, but it goes right to the intended player. Dublin setting it up. Livermore tracking it down. Livermore into the center, pulling up out of the back. Defensive player working their way back now. Livermore attacking from the back. Here comes Livermore on the far side, straight into the goalkeeper. Punt right into the center, takes a bounce. Livermore, or Dublin on the end of that. Here comes Dublin turning it. Pressure from Livermore. And Livermore taking it over and sending it back to the goalkeeper. Livermore wide open on the far side. 20 yards of space, running it up now. And sending it up, far sideline. Back, over the top again. Headed by Dublin. Dublin gets a foot on it, flicks it over the top. Dublin there to take it, try to cut it back inside. Livermore gets a foot on it, sends it back, now over the top. headed by Dublin. That drops right in the center circle. Oh, Livermore able to get around. Livermore right down the center. Dublin getting back nicely and defending. Now here comes Livermore to the far side. Livermore over the top in the middle. Straight to the goalkeeper. Punt to the far side. Dublin gets a foot on it. Dublin tracking this down. And it's a foul. Dublin sending it over the top, getting a head on it, flicking it up and over. Livermore there first. Livermore sending it back to the defense. Livermore over the top. Dublin getting there first, sending it up. Livermore or Dublin up the line. Dublin getting there, getting a foot on it. Livermore sending it back. All the way back to the defense now. To the far side, right to Dublin. Dublin getting a foot on it. It bounces around, drops to Dublin again. Referee playing on. Advantage. This is a nice ball to the near side. Dublin trying to send it across. And it goes over the near side post. Substitution again for Dublin. Goal kicks it right in the middle. That's Livermore there, able to trap it. Livermore to turn it, send it up the center, right to Dublin. Dublin sent it right back up to Livermore in the midfield. Livermore goes back to the defensive line on the far side. Now all the way back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper out to the far side again. It works its way all the way through the top line. Top line sending it back, but Dublin steps around, takes it. Dublin in the midfield, now dribbling up the far side. Passed up the far side. Back into the defense again. I should say the midfield. Midfield working across up to the front line. That's a heavy touch. Livermore just clears it. Dublin to the near sideline, keeping it in. Dublin all the way back to the center D. Dublin, nobody to go to, nobody running up top. Finally a runner. Livermore marking up, and Dublin just going back to the goalkeeper. Now to the far side. Pressure from Livermore. Livermore chasing this down. Dublin going back again. The field's completely spread out. Here's Dublin on the near side. Pressure again from Livermore. And Dublin just sending it back. Dublin back up to the near side. Dublin can't get it out of the defense. There it goes back to the defensive again. Here goes midfield defense. Midfield defense. Back up to the midfield. Back to the defense one more time. Near side. Finally into the midfield. Dublin's through. There's a ball, but it doesn't get through to anybody. Finally, Dublin getting past the midfield area, but not able to complete the pass up on top on the attacking line. There's a through ball straight to Livermore, and here comes the Livermore to attack with pressure. Far side, straight to Dublin. Dublin able to turn it. Now here comes Dublin, sending it into the center. Dublin has a player there, sending it to the far sideline. Can Dublin get to this? Oh, it's just a little long. This is going to be a Livermore throw-in near the corner flag. And we're approaching the end of the half. It's a 1-0 game for Livermore. Livermore chipping one over the top from about 30 yards out, catching the keeper out, and getting a good goal after applying a lot of pressure. There goes one up the line for Livermore. Dublin's there first, but Livermore's coming out with it. Dublin getting a foot on it, knocking it out. Far sideline. It's up to the midfield now. Livermore there first, sending it back. Nice combination. Now into the middle. Dublin taking over, sending it up into the air. Dublin trapping that nicely down, now working a combination in the midfield. It comes to the near side. Back into the midfield. That goes up the near side line. There's one in through the middle. Cut off by Livermore. Livermore to the near side. And there's one over the top. That drops for Dublin. Dublin going to send this back to the keeper. And that's the end of the half. Score, Livermore 1, Dublin 0. End of the first half. Okay, we're back for the second half. Livermore is up 1-0. Livermore's in the white, left to right this half, and Dublin in their blue fade red. Home team right to left. And there goes Livermore over the top. Dublin getting the head on it. It comes out to the near side. Out for Livermore throw-in. That goes up in towards the center, now back. That's Dublin getting there. Drops again for Dublin. Dublin turning it. Now Dublin going to the far side. It gets through. And it's Livermore there sending it up over the top. Livermore's there. That's a nice ball. It drops into the Dublin box. Sent across and knocked out by Dublin. This is going to be a corner kick. Livermore looks like they were trying to attempt the short one. It was covered well. Now sent over the top into the center, headed by Dublin straight out. Livermore there sending it right back in. Dublin knocking it back out straight to Livermore. And Livermore's going to try a high shot over the top. It's up and over the end line. Goal kick. Sent short to the near side. Now that's up the line, flicked on by Dublin. Dublin trying to send it up the line again, and it's up and out for a Livermore throw-in. That's up the line. Livermore getting a foot on it, bringing it down across the center. Now to the far side. Dublin stepping up in front of that. Oh, it gets around Dublin. Here goes Livermore attacking the far sideline. Dublin to defend. Livermore to the end line. That rolls over. Goal kick. Goes up in the middle. Dublin trying to get ahead on it. Drops for Livermore. Livermore to the outside. Here comes Livermore in the midfield. Livermore turning, going near side. Pressure from Dublin. Livermore trying to get him near side still. Dublin getting a foot on it, knocking it out. Here comes Dublin. Oh, and that goes straight to Livermore. Here comes Livermore, near side. And that goes out. It's going to be a Dublin throw-in.
I think Scotty said he was coming.
Took a nap?
Must have taken a nap because he hasn't responded.
There's a throw in towards the middle. Dublin able to control and turn. Sent up the top. It's partially blocked by Livermore. Livermore sending it into the box. Dublin there to clear it. Takes one hop, headed by Livermore. Livermore running back onto it, sending it into the center D at the center circle. Now all the way back to the goalkeeper. Dublin defense pulling up. Back to the goalkeeper for Livermore. Now Livermore sends it up into the center circle. Dublin gets a knee on it, sends it forward, right to Livermore. Livermore through the middle. Dublin getting back. Livermore gets it, sends it across the center. Here comes Livermore right up the midfield. And Dublin finally steps up, takes it away. Here goes Dublin up the far side. And there's a long touch. Dublin still trying to get it. Dublin throw in. Yeah, it's up the line. Dublin on the end of it. Dublin across the midfield. It's right at the center circle, all the way back to the center D now. And back to the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper setting up, going to bomb this to the near side, straight to Livermore. And here comes Livermore on an attack. Dublin stepping up, taking it away. Here comes Dublin on the attack, into the midfield. Sent into the center. Oh, that didn't work out. And here comes Livermore. Livermore into the center. Dublin, plenty of pressure. Livermore all the way around. Livermore up the middle. Livermore through the center. And that's a heavy touch. Goalkeeper picking that up for Dublin. That's punted up high, far side. And Livermore there first. Dropping it down, controlling it in the midfield. Livermore, nice combination around the outside. Cutting it back in. Dublin taking it away. Dublin in the middle. Dublin straight up the middle. Dublin with the through ball on the far side. And it's going to roll along right to the corner of the box, and the keeper for Livermore is going to pick it up. And that rolls right back to the outside. And here comes Livermore up the far sideline. There's a long ball. Goes up and out. Dublin throw in. Ball's finally back. It's up the line. Livermore getting to it first, knocking it forward. Dublin getting there, knocking it the other way. Livermore getting there, knocking it back. And now Dublin able to control and send it to the near side, but can't keep it in. It's going to be a Livermore throw in. Sent up the line by Livermore. Some pressure from Dublin. Dublin taking it away, sending it in through the middle. And here comes Dublin. Dublin to the far side. Dublin up again. And that's Livermore finally taking that away. That's a nice little combination, but finally it was a little bit too quick, too fast, and behind, and Livermore took it away. And here comes Livermore throw in. That throw-in works its way into the Dublin box. Dublin getting there, clearing it. That's a nice clearance up the line, straight to Livermore, almost at midfield. Livermore sends it right back into the middle, and it drops nicely for Dublin. Dublin in the midfield, trying to turn it. Oh, it sets up nicely for Livermore, and that's cleared out of the back. And that finally gets headed out. It's going to be a Livermore throw-in. He gets thrown up the line. That drops for Dublin. Livermore player down, finally called. This will be a free kick for Livermore. This is 30 yards away. That's sent in over the top. Goal kick for Dublin.
Shelby, with our midfield in possession, let's get to a wide position that we can find from the home. Alright? Shelby, that's in possession. In possession. Coach. Yeah.
Oh, the ball finally coming back.
She got him.
Finally punted up to the far side. Drops for Livermore. Livermore setting it right down the middle. And Dublin takes that away. Dublin up into the midfield. Dublin. Far side. No, still in the midfield. Now to the far side. Up into the middle. And that's Livermore taking that up the far sideline. Cross into the middle. Off of Livermore, straight to the goalkeeper. That's punted long right in the midfield. That takes a bounce over the top, straight to Livermore. Livermore heading that away. And it drops for Dublin. Dublin trying to control on the near side. Nice combination here. Sent back up the line. Cleared by Livermore. Straight to Dublin. Dublin trying to turn in the middle of 4 Livermore players. Livermore coming out with this, sending to the central D. Now all the way across. Livermore over the top, up on the attacking line, sending it into the center. Nobody there but Dublin. Dublin getting ahead on it. Straight to Livermore. Livermore over the top, right in the middle, and there's a shot on goal. Goes wide. Here comes Livermore with the substitution. Sent right in the middle on the near side. Livermore getting a foot on it, dropping it down, now making a nice combination. Dublin tracking that down, clearing it. Straight to Livermore. Livermore controlling that, dropping it down, sending it up over the top. That's going to roll wide and out. Goal kick for Dublin. Another substitution for Livermore. Livermore keeping their legs fresh. Applying pressure onto Dublin. That's low and up the near side. Livermore getting a foot on it. It's off the back of Dublin. Dublin chasing this down. It goes across the center. Now up the near sideline. It gets through. Livermore getting there first. Dublin chasing it down. It goes back to the goalkeeper. Cleared up by Livermore. Dublin on the end of it. Dublin sending it up. Dublin chasing back to it. Livermore finally getting one of those balls, sending it all the way back to the center D. There goes one to the far side. It's a nice long ball. It gets all the way through. Dublin chasing this down. Dublin just sends that up and out. So it's going to be a throw-in for Livermore. That gets thrown in up the line. Livermore controls it but loses it. Here comes Dublin. That ball's blocked and deflected. Drops nicely for Livermore. Livermore over the top on the near side. That's going to roll out. This is going to be a goal kick.
Rosie, let's have you and Rosa rotate a little bit. See if we can get you a little higher.
It's sent long up to the near side. Livermore getting ahead on it, flicks over. Dublin comes out with it. Dublin into the midfield. Dublin coming back. Sending it through the back. Into the middle. And Livermore blocks that. Livermore through the middle. Now back to the far side. And that's a nice step up. And here comes Dublin. Dublin over the top on the far side. And that's going to be Livermore getting there in time and sending it back to the goalkeeper. Long ball up into the middle for Livermore. Livermore flicking it on. Livermore able to control and send it back. Now over the top again. Headed by Dublin, but it goes back. Dublin back to the goalkeeper. Pressure from Livermore. Livermore with the fresh legs from all the substitutions. Just attacking and pressuring. That throw-in goes up, bounces off of Livermore straight to Dublin. Dublin up the line, off of Livermore and up and out. This is going to be a Dublin throw. Dublin setting in a substitution. 2 of them. No, just 1. That's up the line, headed by Livermore. Drops to Dublin. Dublin to cut in. Dublin doesn't cut in. Dublin works the line. Gets it into the center. There's a through. Oh, that through ball just didn't make it. Nice block by Livermore. Here comes Livermore on a counter. Livermore right through the middle. Finally, Dublin step up. Nice step up by Dublin. Here comes Dublin again. Dublin up. Out to the outside. Oh, Dublin is able to keep that in. There goes Dublin into the middle. And that's Dublin not on the same page. Dublin checking in and Dublin sending the ball over the top, and it goes right to Livermore. Here comes Livermore on the far side now. Dublin gets back, gets a foot on it. Tries to send it up. It's up and out. This is going to be throw-in for Livermore. The game's gone end to end. It's a 1-0 game, and Dublin's definitely not giving up, looking to send that ball into the back of the net. Now here on this end is Livermore hitting in a long lobbing shot, and it goes right through the goalposts. And that was a 30-yard field goal. That's punted to the far side. It's over Dublin, straight to Livermore. Now here comes Livermore. Dublin stepping up on defense. Livermore again. That shot goes out wide. It's a nice block for Dublin. This is going to roll out for a corner kick. Livermore. Game's getting stretched out. Livermore keeping their players fresh and applying a lot of pressure on Dublin. Here comes Livermore off back line. It's sent to the near post. It's up and out. And it's another corner. So there's going to be another substitution and another corner kick. Substitution for Livermore. About 20 minutes in now into this second half. It's still 1-0, 20 minutes left. Near post again. And that hits the side netting. Out for a goal kick, Dublin. Butt's getting cold, huh? Yeah, the metal gets cold, dude.
Ours just went out. Ours just went out.
This is that goal kick going up high. It's just over Dublin's head. Dublin can't flick it. Dublin sending it, or Livermore sending it back. And that's up and out. This is a Dublin throw-in. Oh, it's called a deflection, and it's switched to a Livermore throw-in. Livermore up the line. Dublin caught off guard. And now Dublin able to take it and send it back up the line. Oh, that bounces off Dublin, goes back out for a Livermore throw-in. Yeah, AR was calling for a Dublin throw-in. The referee said no, it's Livermore, and here goes another Livermore throw-in. It's a long throw up the line. Dublin able to keep it from rolling through, and it gets knocked off of Dublin again, and it goes out another throw-in. There's a long throw into the box. It takes a hop. Cleared out by Dublin. Dublin setting that up, and out. It's going to be another throw-in. Another long throw into the box. Another bounce over the top. Side netting. Goal kick. Two-player substitution for Dublin. And there's a long kick near side straight to Livermore. Bounces to Dublin. Dublin trying to go around. Livermore able to track it down. Livermore dribbling through the center. Cutting inside. Here's Dublin tracking it down. And that's called advantage. There's a foul in the middle of the field, called an advantage, and there's a shot into the corner of the net. Goal number 2 for Livermore.
Yeah, I know. He should have called it.
Another long shot, 30-yard shot over the top. And Livermore's up 2-0. This is the same score Livermore had in the first game. Well, Dublin giving up the second goal over the top again. Two goals of a similar nature. Long bomb shots from 30 yards, finding the back of the net. And now here comes Dublin again with more work to do. Now 2 goals to get in about 15 minutes. And there goes Dublin over the top. Livermore gets there first. Takes it away, works this near side. That drops for Dublin. Dublin working in the midfield. Across the center. Now to the far side. Into the middle. Through the center. Dublin can't chase that down, and that's trapped in the back by Dublin. Dublin setting that high. Headed by Livermore to the outside. Out for a Dublin throw-in, far side. This will be a substitution for Dublin. That's Dublin up the line. Livermore heads it in towards the middle. Dublin controls it. Sends it all the way back. Now up into the middle. Livermore there to get it. Control it. Dublin stepping up nicely, getting a foot on it. But Livermore can't connect the pass. Dublin comes out with it in the defense. Livermore applying pressure. Dublin going all the way back to the center D. That's up into the center. Flicked on. That's off the back of the head of the Dublin player. It drops back down to Dublin. Here comes Dublin through the center. Now to this near side. Sent back. Here comes Dublin. Dublin into the box. Dublin to the end line. There's a nice negative ball, and it's headed out by Livermore. Livermore just clearing that over the top. And this is going to be a corner kick for Dublin. Good work by Dublin to work it to the end line, get a nice negative ball. Very dangerous. Now we have a corner kick situation. Dublin, a lot of players at the post, setting up for short. There goes the short kick, now worked around. There's the shot to the far post, that's actually a cross. And it's going to be a goal kick, it just rolls all the way out. And this is going to be a few minutes before that ball comes all the way back. Goalkeeper for Livermore chasing or tracking that down. Not much time left for Dublin. Dublin needing to get a goal here really quick, needing to press up. Dublin defense playing back, not even at midfield yet, back behind midfield. And the kick ain't going to be that long. It flicks on, straight to Dublin defense. Dublin defense stepping up. Drops for Dublin. Dublin pushing that forward. Dublin trying to turn. Dublin again. It gets knocked out. Livermore throwing near side. Action taking place behind the home team dugout there. That's thrown up the line. Headed first by Livermore. Dublin getting a foot on it. And it goes into the midfield. Dublin getting a head on it, heading it up. Livermore trying to control. Livermore sending that up and out. Throw in for Dublin. Temperatures really drop now. Here we go, throw in. Dublin there getting head on, trying to flick it over. It goes straight to Livermore. Livermore sends it up. Livermore through the center. It's a nice ball. Oh, nice, just a little long. Nice, nice work by the Dublin goalkeeper, getting there in time and not fouling Livermore. There's a punt into the middle. It's a one hopper. Dublin gets a head on it, then a foot. Then Livermore tries to send it out wide. Goes right to Dublin. And that doesn't break down. That breaks down. Dublin not able to work it all the way through. Livermore coming back up the near side. Oh, Livermore can't find the far side. And this is Dublin now. Here comes Dublin to the near side. Dublin in the midfield. There's Dublin up the near sideline. It doesn't get through. There goes Livermore to the far side. Livermore pushing it up into the midfield. And that's Livermore still working it through. Livermore putting through some good combinations. There goes one into the box, and it's going to roll all the way through. And it's going to be a corner kick. The Dublin goalkeeper just letting it roll through. It's going to be substitutions, and now Livermore is going to have a corner kick. That's sent right into the center. That looked like it was off a Dublin player. Ricochets off Dublin, right to the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper almost having to make a save on that. And this is going to be a punt up to midfield, right to Livermore. Livermore can't control it. And here comes Dublin through the center. And that's a nice combination for Dublin. Now Dublin to this near side. Dublin back in the middle. Back to the near side. Over the top. Into the center. Dublin chasing onto this. Livermore getting there first. And it's called a foul on Dublin. It's going to be a Livermore free kick. Livermore goalkeeper setting up for this. That's sent right up the middle. This goes all the way through, and this will be the Dublin goalkeeper picking this up. Oh, that's right into the center. Dublin getting a foot on it, knocking it down. Livermore coming out with it. Livermore attacking through the midfield, sending it up through. Dublin getting a foot on it, and here comes Dublin. Dublin controlling and sending it to the back. Back up the line again. That's off of Livermore. Dublin throwing. That's up the line, straight to Dublin. Dublin bounces it back to Livermore. And this is bouncing around. Livermore gets a foot on it, sends it to the near side. Now Dublin getting it. Dublin trying to send it near side, and it's intercepted, and here comes Livermore. Dublin chasing that down. Livermore gets it away up the near sideline. Dublin with numbers back. Dublin to defend. That's a nice turn, and that's going to be a throw-in for Livermore. Goes into the box. Livermore trying to turn. Oh, what a shot. It's off the crossbar. And then now down to the goalkeeper. Off the goalkeeper's hands, up to the crossbar. Back out, and then into the goalkeeper's hands. That was a nice turn and shot from Livermore. Dublin equal to the save, and now it's punted to the far side. Livermore getting there first. Dublin getting a foot on it, but here comes Livermore up the far side, applying more pressure. Livermore just seeming the fresher team. And here comes Dublin with two subs. You can see Livermore has been subbing a lot more often, a lot more players throughout the whole game. That's headed by Livermore, goes over the top, drops for Dublin. Dublin trying to control in through the midfield. It gets sent to the near side. It's a nice ball. Here's Dublin still working it. Oh, that goes right to Livermore. Bounces off Livermore. Now here comes Dublin on the near side. Dublin with a nice job tracking that down. And that's going to go out. This is going to be a throw-in for Livermore on the near side. Some more substitutions for Livermore. Livermore really keeping their players fresh and applying a lot of pressure out on the field. That's up the line, bounces over the top. Dublin still trying to attack to the ball, and it drops for Dublin. Dublin with control up to the near side. There's the ball to the far side. It's a long reaching ball, and Livermore's able to step up, take it away, and work its way right down the midfield. Here comes Livermore down the midfield. Sent to the far side. Dublin gets a foot on it. Dublin blocking that and clearing it. Livermore's there to pick it up, send it into the middle. Dublin has nobody there. Dublin still in the back, tracking up. There's another long ball from Livermore, and this is going to be the Dublin goalkeeper to pick this up. That's punted near side. Dublin's there. Dublin, nice job of trapping that down, sending it up the line. Nice control, sending it in the center. Another flick on. Nobody there for that last flick on. The ball was long. And here comes Livermore up the far side. It drops into the center. Now up the far side line again. Livermore applying pressure. Fresh legs in there. A lot of substitutions. Cut into the middle. Dublin's there to clear it out. This is going to be a throw-in for Livermore. Got about 5 minutes left in this game. It's 2-0 for Livermore. Livermore finding the back of the net from 30 yards out twice. Once with the lob shot over the top, and another a long strike hitting the top corner. And here comes Dublin again, or Livermore again. Dublin to clear that out. Livermore's there, traps it down, sends it into the middle. Dublin tracks it down, sends it over the top. Livermore with the header, right back into the middle. And here comes Livermore sending it up down the center. Dublin getting a player there. Livermore through the middle. Livermore taking that long high shot, and that's wide, going to be goal kick for Dublin. Referee calling for 5 minutes left in the game now, an official 5 minutes after all the stoppage time. Set short to the back. Dublin going to try to work this out. Not much time to put in 2 goals. Finally setting it up long and high. It's out. Throw in for Livermore. And that's thrown in. Livermore trying to turn. There's a collision out there. This is going to be called a Dublin free kick. Sent long in towards the middle. Livermore's there. Dublin stepping up, stopping the attack. Livermore trying to turn. Here goes Livermore to the far side, over the line, and that's out. That's going to roll for a while, and we're going to only think that the referee is going to stop. Doesn't look like, yeah, he's looking at his watch, so he'll add a minute. That goes up the line. It's headed by Dublin, but it drops for Livermore nicely. Livermore to the far side. Dublin steps up, takes it away. Controlling it, sending it back up the line. And that's called out. Livermore throwing near sideline. That throw in, dropping for Livermore nicely, sending it back. Goes in the Dublin box. Dublin clearing that. The near sideline's going to roll up and out. This is going to be a Livermore throw in once again. And it looks like 2 or 3 minutes left. Dublin's not going to be able to come back. Livermore's going to get the 2-0 on this series, winning both home and away by at least 2-0 in both games if we don't get another goal here from Livermore or another goal from Dublin. If Dublin can put one in at the last minute here, There's a ball sent in, right to the goalkeeper. And Dublin has a chance to get one more attack in. That punt sent up high to the far side. And it comes across the middle. That's Livermore controlling through the midfield, sending it up. Sending it back. Now to the near side, trying to combine. Dublin stepping up, taking that away. Now to the far side, straight to Livermore. Dublin with a good chance at putting together an attack there, just giving it away. And here comes some pressure from Dublin. It goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. Dublin needs to be pressuring right now. Dublin's slow to pressure. Here comes the ball. Dublin steps up, knocks it into the midfield. Takes a funny bounce off a spin. Dublin sends it over to the top to the far side. And that's just going to roll up and out. Dublin trying to lunge in and get it at the last second. Here's Livermore with the quick throw in, trying to work it up. Livermore into the middle. And Dublin's going to step up in the defense, take that away. Dublin into the midfield. And that's the end of the game. Final score, Livermore 2 and Dublin 0. Boy, the end of that game crept up quick. I think the referee has seen enough. Dublin with one more game to try to get a win. Probably his best chance against Doherty Valley, who also doesn't have any wins and even a lower record than Dublin. See if Dublin can get at least one win here at the end of the season.